Yo, what's up, good people? This your man Chris Thorns, and also my co-host, brother DJC Smooth. His name is Chris. Also, we are both coming to you with a video here, which with an interesting topic. First of all, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this content. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. So let me switch my screen. My man DJC is on the phone with me right now. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm doing fine, man. Just it was like the longest couple of days a brother can have at work, man. Let me tell you.
Oh man, I know how they feel, brother. Cause on my Mondays, probably for a little while, man, them days gonna be hectic for me, man. But you know,
Yeah,
we gotta do what we gotta do, brother. We gotta do what we gotta do.
absolutely.
Gotta do what
Yes,
we
sir.
gotta do. So, brother Smooth, what we gonna be talking about for a little bit today for the people? We gonna be talking about the fear of rejection. Now, we both are
Yes.
men, we're grown men. We both have experienced this before, probably on numerous occasions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but when we talk about rejection, a lot of people probably automatically think that we talking about relationship wise, but rejection comes in many forms, not just out of somebody who you're trying to pursue.
Right.
You know, it could be other things. But before we go
Mm-hmm.
any further, brother, I got the definition pulled up. The definition of rejection. And people, we just doing this video. I'm really just doing this video to get y'all opinion
Mm-hmm.
or y'all opinions on, why do we fear rejection? Because I put this on Facebook and got a lot of feedback on it. And I had some pretty good feedback on it. So I'm read a couple of comments off of that too before we get out of here
Mm-hmm.
or whatnot. So rejection. It says the dismissing or refusing of a proposal, idea, etc. Then you have another definition. It says the spurning of a person's affections. And that's what we just talking about, about being rejection by a person who we're attracted to or we're trying
Right.
to get with. So
Mm-hmm.
I have a meme pulled up. You can't see it because you're on the phone, but you'll see it once the video uploads.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you what the meme says, and I'm gonna get your thoughts on it. And we can take it from there. So the meme says that everyone says love's hurt, but that's not true. Loneliness hurts.
Mm-hmm.
How about this one? Rejection hurts.
Oh yeah.
Losing someone hurts. Everyone confuses these with love, but in reality, love is the only thing in this world that covers up all the pain. Very interesting.
Mm.
Very interesting. So I'm gonna pass it on to you for a minute. So after hearing that, what do you think about that?
I mean, I can agree with it, but to an extent, because yes, love can cover all pain, but at the same time, love can bring pain if it's with the wrong person
Absolutely.
or with or if that should I say that person does something to bring pain, or people bring pain to one another.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely, brother. Uh, well, since we talking about rejection, that's one of the parts that caught my attention with this is rejection. Rejection hurts.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
it does. Yes, it does. But does it hurt to the point that we should fear it? And when if it is to some people, why do we fear it? And why do we let that fear take control of us of being rejection? I.e., example, we try
Mm.
to go after something, but once we get told that two-letter word no, we don't try again.
Right.
If you got an opinion on that, brother, why do you
Oh,
think we fear it?
I say that a lot of times that we fear it is because you want to put so much into it to where you want to
Ooh.
succeed.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you hear that two-letter word, it's like the air like comes all out of the, as they say, it's like you become deflated, or it's like as they say, like
Ooh.
it like takes your breath away, so to speak.
Absolutely. I like that.
Okay.
I like that. I like that.
Uh,
Wow. I definitely like that one.
all right, but let me add on to that. Then when you ask about the fear part about it, with the rejection part, is like when you work so hard to put into it, whether it's work, whether it's a job, whether it's a marriage, a relationship, uh, your passion, when you put so much work into it and it all goes for naught, then that's where your fear comes in on the next ride. Because nobody wants to be rejected.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, it can be used to where, like, saying, look at this as saying, okay, I might have missed somewhere on this try, but then I can have something better waiting for the next try. If you understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And see, one of the things I had in my mind, they tell you that a closed mouth don't get fed, and I do agree with that to an
Hmm.
extent. But I think sometimes they keep your mouth closed is a good thing too. Now let me explain what I mean.
Hmm.
Say an example, for example, you in a club and you got some guys who see other girls, they go straight forward, and over their mouth and really don't care about if they get rejected or not. They don't have any fear or rejection, or maybe they do, but sometimes we get a lot of courage when we in front of our homeboys or whatnot that we just go straight forward. But then you got some people who probably just sit back on the wall and see some of these fine girls they want to talk to, but they don't open their mouth because they fear rejection. But here's the thing that I say about that. When I say sometimes I think it's okay to keep your mouth closed, because if you keep your mouth closed, you can study that person's body language. You can study that person's attitude. You can study their personality. And once you sense all that, then you can say to yourself, are y'all two compatible?
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
I don't know if you can really just say that that's fear of being rejected or whatnot, but a lot of people call it like scoping out the scene.
Hmm.
You understand?
Yes,
It's
sir.
called scoping out the scene. So, even though I do agree with closed mouth don't get fed, but I think sometimes your mouth does need to be closed. So you get fed knowledge of
Exactly.
what that person is, and vice versa, and vice versa. So let's take love out of the equation, because I do agree. I think loneliness does hurt for a lot of
Hmm.
people, but I
Yeah.
think it all depends on your mindset. Are you really desperate, or are you hurting to be with somebody, or are you suffering from depression, or
Mm.
whatever? Because I think in reality, everybody wants to be loved.
Yes.
In reality, everybody wants somebody they could be in love with. In
Right.
actuality,
Hmm.
but the thing is that something that we need, or is that something that we want? But are we too scared of rejection that we don't put too much effort in it? I'll pass the torch to you for a minute. I'll come on back.
Ooh. Yeah, I like how you set that up. That was very, very nice, bro. All right. Now let's get the ballistics here.
All right.
You hit the nail on the head when you say that people, all people want to be loved
Mm-hmm.
and want to be in love. But sometimes you say there's depression, there's the loneliness, the fear of rejection, etc., etc., etc. However, it's like a fine line, as they say, or it's like an old school jam before you and I both was born that said there's a thin line between love and hate.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's also there's a fine line between uh, wanting somebody to love as a want or as a need. The question is, it's like depending on the people, is it what you want or is it what you need?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, a want, you can get what you want. Sometimes it's good for you, sometimes it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Something that you need, you'll work for it, you do what you need to do, and even sometimes you may do a little too much to where that you get what
Absolutely.
you need,
Absolutely.
but then it ends up being bad for you. And
Absolutely.
you and I have had some really good talks about the need thing and certain things you've been through, certain things I've been through. So
Hmm.
we pretty much can agree on that right there. So
Right.
it's a fine line, the want or the need. It's just a fine line, but it depends
Hmm.
on what you want and what you need. But except the thing is, you have to choose wisely because need is what you're gonna work for. Want means you
Hmm.
can want it, but don't necessarily mean you're gonna get it, but you still can want it. If everybody can
Absolutely.
understand that.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, let me ask you this before I get into how I'm gonna break that down. Is there another reason? Do you think why we fear rejection because of the stuff that we've been through?
Absolutely.
Okay. But at the same time, though, even though we fear it because of what we've been through, do we let it take control of us and just stop trying? Period.
Oh no, because the thing is though, it's gonna take over somewhat for a while because at that moment you're just feeling that pain of the rejection. The only thing is, it doesn't last too long unless you let it last too long.
Right.
And at the same time, though, it's like the more that you let it last, the more the fear that you're going to have. But then once you let that fear go and let that pain go, the fear also goes away. So sooner or later, it's like, as they say, was that one of those old school jams that you and I listen to a lot, though? It's talking about love's train.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes your heart gets broken, but you got to keep on going. It's the way it
Exactly.
goes.
Exactly. So let me do a little breakdown real quick, and I want you to hear me out and give your thoughts on it. If there's anything that I say that you want to chime in on, hey, feel free to do so, brother. Stop me and chime in on it.
Hmm.
So I got my hands up. Like I said, you see the video once it's uploaded. So one of my
Okay.
hands is going to represent us trying to find love, which is a want. But then again, to some people, it's a need. And my
Hmm.
other hand is going to be something that we do need in life. Okay?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
on the hand that I'm pointing at now, that's the hand of love, meaning a man trying to find a woman or a woman trying to find a man because this is something that they want. Because again, remember, loneliness hurt, rejection hurts.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's just say in love you get rejected one time and it caused so much fear in you that you just say, forget, I'm not going to try again. Okay, somewhat understandable, but not totally. But let's look
Right.
at the other hand now on stuff that we need. I.e., example, a car, your own house, bank account. Um, I know we don't want it, but utilities. But you got to have your lights on, so but you want it in your own name.
Hmm.
Utilities and etc. etc.
Etc.
Now, let's use an example. We try to go get the house and the car. We're just gonna use them two. Prime example, two things we're gonna need on our own. So if we go try to get a place on our own
Excuse me.
and we get rejected, so by that one time that this one place just say no, we can't help you, or you get a letter that say, hey, which I'm pretty sure a lot of us got that letter say we regret to inform you, and this is the
Hmm.
reason why.
Hmm.
You know, why would you sit there and get so much fear in you from rejection that you won't even try to go for that again? Now look, understand, you trying to get with that girl, you got a billion and zillion of females in the world. You could
Yeah.
try again with that one.
Oh yeah.
But do we have that much fear in us that we give up on stuff that we actually need? We need our own house. We need
Hmm.
our own car. Because
Hmm.
when you stand with some in somebody's house, even though they agree to let you stay there, you got a time limit. A lot of people ain't gonna let you stay there forever unless y'all just came into agreement y'all gonna be roommates. But at
Hmm.
the same time, somebody gonna want to venture off and get their own shit because they want the privacy. Even though you
Hmm.
roommates, you do get privacy, but you probably don't gonna have much privacy because somebody gonna always be there. I mean, come on, who really want to be in the house and hear two people boning? You know? And
Yeah.
you ain't got nobody with you to bone. You know, I mean,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I mean, it's funny, but that's real though. I
It's
mean,
true though.
yeah,
It's
but it's
true.
true. Who want to be in the house and you hearing two people out there getting it on, and your girl ain't there, or whoever you got friends with benefits with not there, and you ain't boner? Who want to hear that versus you get out, get your own stuff, then you know, hey, y'all can tear the walls down.
Right.
You know, example number two: you go get a car,
Hmm.
you get rejected, you get a letter saying we regret to inform you, or whatever reason you can't get the car. Some people don't even try again, maybe because they fear rejection, or maybe just pretty laziness. Who knows? But again, you ain't got a car. You may have people that will take you places that you need to go if you pay them gas money. But hold up, we in 2017 now. Even if you got gas money, a lot of people don't feel like fooling with you. And that's
Right.
understandable, you know, because sometimes a lot of us got stuff going on, you
Right.
know. So again, they car, they can choose to let you use it. They can choose not to let you use it.
Or not. Hmm.
So it's kind of like a dice game. You know, you roll the dice and see what happens. Okay?
Hmm.
But let's think about this. Rejection. They stay on rejection. You stand in somebody's house, think about this. I'm gonna ask a few questions. You go in somebody's house and say, hey, can I have some of this? Nope. You just got rejected again.
Hmm.
Hey, can I borrow this? Nope. Look what happened. You got rejected again.
Hmm.
You know, hey, can I use the car? Nope. You got rejected again. Think about it.
Hmm.
You getting rejected either way it go.
Right.
So, if you can stay with somebody and ask them these questions, and even if they tell you no, you might want to understand why I can't do these things.
Hmm.
You are persistent in trying to use somebody else's stuff,
Right.
but you fear rejection so much on your own that you refuse to get better. Yeah, you hear me? You hear me? You fear
Oh, I'm listening.
rejection on your own, trying to get on your own, but you are get rejected in the house that you stay in, but it doesn't fuck with you as bad as you trying to get on your own.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's just something that just don't make any sense to me. You would be persistent when you stand with somebody, but trying to get on your own, you scared.
Mm.
Now let me ask you this. Are, is rejection put so much fear in a lot of people? The reason that they're not on their own, or the reason why they try not to progress? Because that's another thing too that me and you talk about a lot is progression.
Hmm.
A lot of people don't like to progress because they fear what others would think about them, which is the craziest shit that I ever heard, but it's true. I mean, a lot of
No, it's
people,
true.
yeah, a lot of people fear what's going to be said about them when they progress. I.e., example, when they progress, people are going to say, you think you so-and-so because you doing this.
Hmm. Hmm. Yep.
Preach.
Preach.
They going to say you so-and-so because you doing this. And you know what? To some people, they take heed to that and it make them feel some type of way, so they
Yeah.
scared to move forward.
Or they just move forward and don't even worry about what they say because guess what though? Those usually the ones that's talking usually are the ones that's not progressing. The ones that don't talk are the ones that usually
Ooh,
are progressing. Preach.
absolutely. 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 And that's the thing. You know, fear, rejection, all this. But here's the thing, and you always preach too. And it seems like a lot of people don't just can't really comprehend or they choose not to comprehend. Nobody is gonna do whatever you're trying to do better than you.
Right.
Nobody is.
Nope.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So let me read some of these comments, man. I'm gonna read a couple of these comments, and we can go on call it a day. You
All
know,
right.
but like I said, I really did this video because I want to get the audience opinions to know what they feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we fear rejection? Because you know, me and you two people giving our opinions, but we maybe a lot of people gonna have different opinions on why they think people fear rejection. So
Oh, sure.
here's go one opinion right here. I love this opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Cherie Bug, she said, I think when we look in the mirror and evaluate our being, physical and mental, we tend to see ourselves in a certain light. When people form an opinion of you and is less than your evaluation, you immediately fear rejection or less than.
Mm-hmm.
If you are presenting yourself in a false way,
Mm-hmm.
don't be offended. Don't allow disrespect, but be true to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I 100% agree with that.
Add me into the mix.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. We look at ourselves in the mirror and evaluate our being, whether it's physical or mental. We tend to see ourselves in a certain light, in which we should.
Right.
But I just got you saying it though. But when people say stuff that's less than what we think, we get offended. And that's another thing. We get offended too easy.
Right.
You know, we can think highly of ourselves, and I think a lot of us are supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
But why get upset when somebody reject that theory? Why'd you get upset? So me personally, I think you get upset is because maybe you don't feel that way. You don't feel as strongly as you say you do about yourself. Low
Mm-hmm.
self-esteem is what they call it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So I saw another one. I mean, Paul Seitz. He had a good one. He says, to me, it depends on the dude. We handle
Mm-hmm.
rejection in different ways. Some of
Yes.
us blow it off, and
Mm-hmm.
others climb a clock tower.
Mm-hmm.
I personally learned how to handle rejection like it's nothing but a thing.
Right.
I choose to hunt and got smacked down. Time to move on. But some dudes can't handle it. Perhaps it's being self conscious or low self esteem. I do find, however, we men with a lower self esteem and self worth take rejection harder and more personal than the dude with high self status. Now, he was A1 with that comment.
Yes, he was.
He A1 with that comment. And that's the thing, like I said at the beginning, it all depends on you and how you take it.
Yes.
Do you take rejection and lose your fucking mind? Or do you take it and move on and try to make yourself better? Let me read another one.
Mm.
I gotta find her because she said something good too. Let me
Mm.
find her. Okay. You might like this one. Miss Wasita, Miss
Mm.
Thompson. I don't know how to pronounce her name. She says, I'm not afraid of rejection. I learned that rejection is based on the other person's perception. It doesn't mean it is a mark against who I am. And sometimes rejection truly is God's protection. How you feel about that, bro?
Ooh, she went there on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to add something to that real quick.
Go ahead, bro.
Sometimes rejection is God's protection, and I agree with that. And on one end, like I've said in the past, and I'll reiterate again: whatsoever a man thinketh or woman thinketh in his heart or her heart, so is he. So is she. So on one end, you got whatever you're thinking or whatever somebody else is thinking, and you're projecting that on yourself. That's what you're going to be. On the
Mm-hmm.
other hand, let the weak say I'm strong. In
Mm-hmm.
other words, it's your perception. It's how you handle it. Because
Yeah.
yes, you will get rejected. Let's be honest. You've been rejected. I've been rejected. All of us have been rejected. But it's how we handle it that makes the difference out of the whole thing. And
Mm-hmm.
personally, certain rejections were worse than others. I'll be the first to tell you. But then again, later on, whether it be 2016, 2017, now it's like, you know what? Rejection is only temporary because that means you're
Mm-hmm.
not going to be rejected forever. Sometimes timing is everything also because rejection means at the moment in time, okay, it may mean not now, but it doesn't mean forever. Preach.
Ooh. Preach. 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 Man, drop the mic on that one, bro. Yeah, rejection doesn't
Can
mean
I drop the
forever.
mic, bro?
Yeah, you can, man. And you know what? I'm glad you brought to that because a lot of people think rejection means forever, and a lot of people is in their mindset. That's why I say, why do we fear it so much that we stop? We try that one time and we stop.
Right.
Okay, we try that one time and we stop. And I can speak on this because I'm getting to that too, depending on what it is. Now, if it's something that I need, I'm gonna keep going and get it. But if
Right.
it's something that I want, example like a girl or something, hey, I mean, shit. If it happens, it happens. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? I'll read
Yep.
one more comment. We gonna shut this down because I didn't want to make it too long. Our brother Chris Clutch Velasco, he always coming in with a good comment.
Yeah.
He said, I think it's because we are protective of our hearts and feelings. I agree with him.
I agree 100% because
Yeah.
we all are protective.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
let's make it clear. We all are protective of our own feelings because guess what though? At the end of the day, who are you with at nighttime? You're by yourself, or you are
Exactly.
with somebody else. Or let's say this: if you're at a job, who like are you by yourself at your job? You're with people, but you're still by yourself. So in this case
Mm-hmm.
here, you have to protect yourself to an extent because guess what? Nobody else is really going to do it for you unless you're either married or you have, family members, good friends, close friends, or whatever else.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, you have you. Because guess what?
Absolutely.
When you pass away, guess who's going in that daggone casket or who's getting ready to go in there to get cremated? It ain't everybody else. It's you.
Absolutely. There you go, brother. Absolutely. Preach. Preach.
Preach.
Preach.
Let me drop it again.
Yeah, there you go. Drop that shit again, bro. Drop it again. Um, he said, if you think highly of yourself, then you have the kind of confidence that you could convince anyone of your worth. But when someone rejects you, it makes you question yourself. He's absolutely right because I've done that
Yeah,
plenty of times. He's
sure.
absolutely right. It makes you question yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Um, what was it that one did or didn't do that caused someone to not accept you? It could be a lot of factors or something you didn't have that another person was looking for. In these days, people are petty. Oh
Mm.
man, he's showing it line.
Ooh.
People are petty, but they also have preferences, and perhaps you didn't have the preference
Drop it.
that they were looking for. Knowing we can't please everyone, and that's the thing right there too. I think that's another thing why we fear rejection because a lot of us had the mindset that we want to please everyone, and that's totally out the equation. You cannot please everybody. Preach.
No, preach.
You cannot
Exactly.
please everybody. So, like I said, but there's more comments, but I'm not going to go through all those. I just read those few. And like I said, people, this is my man, me and my man DJ C, doing this behind the scene video for y'all, and we would like to get y'all opinions as well. What y'all think? Why do people fear rejection? I would love to hear y'all comments on this. And Brother Smooth, thank you once again, brother, for making time for this, man. And you got any last words, brother, on the subject? I give it to you. Other than that, man, I shut it down, brother.
All right. To even though this is a short right now, it's like, let's be honest with one another. All of us do have fears, and they're all different types, and rejection is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just be honest with it. But at the same time, though, God never gave us the spirit of fear. But at the same time, we're
Mm,
gonna have it. But it's up to us to know how to control it, know how to deal with it, but most of all, know how to let it go.
mm,
Preach.
preach. Ooh wee. Preach, brother. Preach, brother. And know that, no, man. Thank you so much, DJ. We gotta do more of these, brother. Matter of fact, we are gonna do more of these. If we can't do a live show, we could do a behind the scenes video or something, man, and upload it, brother. I think the people would like it just as much, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely,
Can't
brother.
wait. Can't wait.
All right, brother. Other than that, man, you have a good day, man, and we'll talk a little later, Chief.
And we will do just that. Thanks to everyone who came through, and we'll see you on the next show.
All right,
Peace and love
brother.
to each and every one. God bless you all.
You
Love
too,
y'all.
brother. You too, brother.
All right.
All right. Well, you heard me and his opinion, know what I'm saying? What about yours? This your man, Chris Thorns. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And thanks for watching. Peace out.